Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And I wanted to do this podcast because I think it'll clear up a lot of confusion that people have. A lot of people have cognitive dissonance. This is where they're confused about the narcissist, the covert narcissist I'm going to talk about specifically, all right? Covert narcissists have a great mask on, okay? They pretend to be with you. They pretend to be in your corner. And they show fake empathy, okay? And this fake empathy that you experience with that covert narcissist is what's got your mind all screwed up, all right? Because maybe you were with that covert narcissist and you opened up to them about something that you went through, a traumatic thing that you may have went through, and that person showed you fake empathy. They seemed to be very, they were consoling you. They pretended to be there for you. Or, you could have a situation where, the covert narcissist seems really, really nice when they see you pulling away. And, they say, I really want to work on this relationship. Let's work together and everything. And I'm going to change and everything like that. Here's the thing, you guys. A person's basic character is a person's basic character. Now, I'm not saying that people can't change, but it takes a very self-aware type of individual to be able to change themselves or to be able to self-reflect and say, you know what I was doing wasn't right. And this is something that a narcissist can't do. They can't self-reflect, and they can't even think about the fact that they did anything wrong. So they're going to twist it around. It's going to be your fault or somebody else's fault because they can't deal with shame. It all deals with shame, all right? So the bottom line is this. The reason that you guys are feeling confused, and a lot of people have a hard time getting over that narcissist, is because you're thinking about the fake empathy of that covert narcissist. You're thinking about the times that they may have been there for you. But this is the key when dealing with a narcissist, all right? The way you're going to know whether somebody is sincere or somebody is, not sincere, they're not authentic, is by the consistency. I can't say this enough. They've got to be consistent in the way they show empathy for you. And this is how a narcissist, or a covert narcissist rather, how they're going to fluctuate. And this is the key to knowing that you're dealing with a fake one. You're dealing with a covert narcissist because they may show you signs of empathy at times. All right, they put on the act. They're great actors and actresses. They deserve an Academy Award because basically you're dealing with a con, all right? But, the way you know what somebody is not in one day, is not in 2 days, is not in a week, is not in a month. It's over a period of time. It's their pattern of behavior over a period of time. And this is something that a narcissist can't hide. They can't keep up the act. Why is that? Because that's not their true character, all right? It's like when you're a liar, you've got to have a good memory. And this is why a lot of liars get caught because, they'll say something and then time goes by and they forgot what they said. And it's the same thing when dealing with these narcissists. They forget, and their true core character comes out. And also because things may happen where you're going to see that, the narcissist really doesn't like you, okay? But they're keeping you around for some reason. It could be sex, it could be money, it could be a place to live, it could be for their ego, okay? But people that genuinely care about you will be consistent. They won't leave you out to dry. They won't leave you out for dead. And that's the difference. The other difference, too, is when you're going through a rough time in your life, a covert narcissist will pretend to be there for you, but then they'll disappear, okay? Or they won't ask you again about what you're going through because they don't care. People that care will follow up and make sure that you're okay. But people that are fake, that really don't care, are not going to do that. They're going to show you that fake empathy at the time because they're pretending to be empathetic when they're really not. And the thing that you got to keep in mind when you're dealing with a covert narcissist is that not only will they put on that act for you, they're going to put on that act for outsiders, and more so for outsiders, because they are worried about what everybody thinks about them. Like I had somebody ask, are covert narcissists, mean to everybody? No, they're not. They're very nice to outside people, to acquaintances, people looking in on everything, because they want to look like the good guy. Understand this. When you're dealing with a covert narcissist, their goal is to be portrayed as the good guy. Their goal is to make you look like the bad guy. And this is why they cause reactive abuse, okay? This is why they'll look you right in the eye and blatantly lie to you and know they're lying to you. Like somebody asked me, how can he just look me in the eye and lie to me when he knows he's lying? Because he's trying to set you off, all right? He's trying to set you off, maybe so that he can go back and tell people you're crazy, and also because he doesn't want to expose himself, all right, and get caught in a lie or something. So what they'll do is they'll hold the ground and say something like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, or it didn't happen like that, or you're very hypersensitive, or, you really need to go talk to somebody, or you're so much about the drama. They love to question your mental state. And why is that? Because it breaks down your credibility to other people, okay? These people are snakes. Understand that, all right? And what they'll do is they work on people's emotions. And especially, this is why they're nice to outsiders and cruel to you. This is why they can be in a room and be so nice to everyone else and ignore you. And why is that? Because they're trying to stick it to you, all right? They want you to feel like you're nothing. And they want you to see how other people are eating up all their flattery and everything, and how other people will like them more than you. Because with a covert narcissist, it's a fucking competition. They're very resentful people, you guys. When you really know the covert narcissist, like I do, believe me, if you only knew how many of them I've had to deal with, okay? This is why I know these people like the back of my hand. They are resentful people. They feel that they got cheated in life. They feel that they got to do what's good for them, that, nobody's going to get one over on them. They're going to screw you over before you ever get a chance to screw them over, all right? Because deep down, they're jealous, okay? They're jealous cowards that can't stand to see anybody else do better, all right? But they are the most, fake people you will ever meet in your life, because they're hiding. They're hiding who they are. They're afraid to take you on toe to toe, because if they're dealing with somebody who's a very strong individual, somebody who's got a lot of self-confidence, that, you know what that covert narcissist is going to do? They're going to go hide. They're going to ghost. They're not going to want to be around somebody like that, because somebody like that is going to call them out on their bullshit, and they're just going to say, oh, you're crazy, and then they're going to run. They're going to run, okay? Especially if they're dealing with somebody who won't back off from them, because they're terrified of being exposed as the insecure people that they are. So here's the thing, you guys. Here's the key in all of this. You look back on your relationship and you have a hard time with it, because you think about, the good times that you had with that narcissist. You think about, how they asked when your mother was sick. You think about, the little kind things that they may have done for you, all right? And I just did a reel on this, But what you have to think to yourself is, was it consistent? Okay? Or did they just do that, to just pretend that so that you would think that they're empathetic when they're really not? Because the thing with a covert narcissist is they don't want to be bothered with problems. They don't want to be burdened with anything. That's why if you ever co-parent with a covert narcissistic co-parent with them, they are the worst people that you will ever deal with in your life, okay? They'll lie to a judge in a court and play the victim. They will disparage you to the children and say that you're the problem, you're the reason that the marriage or the relationship broke up. They will badmouth you indirectly to other people with a smile on their face to make you look bad. And they do it when they try to rip you up, these covert narcissists. The way they do it is they use outsiders. They love to triangulate, use outsiders to gang up on you and to isolate you and to make you look like the bad guy. And they show that fake empathy to these outsiders, pretending that they have empathy for you, that they're trying to, they're trying to do it like in your best interest. Like they may go to somebody on the outside and say, I really think so-and-so needs to talk to somebody because, they're always angry all the time. This is what they're going to do. They're going to try to talk to outside people and use that fake empathy like they're empathetic for you when in fact they're giving you a dig. They're trying to discredit your mental state and your character. And the way that they do it is they try to make you out as an angry, uncontrollable person. People don't like you, okay? And they'll even go to outsiders and say, yeah, even so-and-so, thinks they're like this. They're angry or they need help or something, or, oh, they're all about drama. They'll bring in other people to outsiders to try to convince them that you are off as a person, to discredit your character, discredit your mental state. But they don't come out directly and smear you like that. Most of the time they don't come out directly. They do it with that fake empathy where they're pretending that, they're talking to this outside person because they're concerned for you. It's straight up bullshit. It's straight up manipulation. And you're dealing with a toxic animal, all right? They're evil. They're evil to the core, okay? And why are they evil? Because they will not speak the truth. They're a bunch of liars. Not only that, they lie. They make up lies about you as well, okay? And they'll say things like, you were screaming and yelling, and when you really weren't, you were just calling them out. A covert narcissist loves to call you an angry person or an uncontrollable, out of control person because you call them out on their bullshit. So all of a sudden, because you're calling them out on their bullshit and you're telling them, you know what, that didn't happen like that. I know what happened and everything like that. All of a sudden they'll say, why are you getting so angry? Why are you getting so angry? Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, you're hypersensitive. Instead of realizing that they are gaslighting you and flat out lying to you. They will deny to the death, all right? They're horrible, you guys. You got to get away from these people. Don't deal with them. If you have to deal with them, you gray rock and you keep your distance. But this is what they do. They do the fake empathy. And they will do that too to hoover back in as well, all right? They will try to hoover you with love bombing. Oh, I really did care. You're the one who never gave the relationship a chance. This is the bullshit that they do. They try to flip it on you when they try to come back and make like you're the reason that it broke up, that they really wanted to work on the relationship when they are the ones that fucked the relationship up because they were a liar. Maybe they were a cheater, but they're going to say you didn't want to work on the relationship. This is what they do. They're blame shifters. They flip it. And they manipulate people by pretending to be a nice, empathetic person, all right? And the way you're going to, like I said, now listen good, the way you're going to know that you're dealing with a fake one, maybe a covert narcissist, is that they won't be consistent, okay? Covert narcissists do what's good for them, okay? Who's got the most money? Let me start kissing their ass. This is what a covert narcissist does. Not only that, a covert narcissist is the one that's going to screw you out of inheritances. If you got covert narcissists in a family, they are the ones that are going to kiss up to the ones that have money and try to take over, to screw you out of any inheritance, because covert narcissists are all about the money, all right? That's their first priority, is where is the money? And then you have covert narcissists that try to manipulate for sex and everything like that. And they work on people's emotions. They pretend that they care, okay? This is the difference between a covert narcissist in some ways and an overt narcissist. Because a covert narcissist is the Academy Award actor and actresses that pretend that they care when in fact they don't fucking care, all right? And the way you're going to know that they don't care is because they're not consistent with it over time, all right? The minute that you divulge to that covert narcissist anything rough that's going on in your life, or you're sick or something like that, and they're sitting there and they're saying, oh, I feel really bad, what could I do for you, and everything like that. And then as time goes by, when you reach out for them, for help, and they're not there for you, bingo, there's your covert narcissist that was full of shit, because they're not there for you. And that's how you're going to know that you were dealing with a covert narcissist that was giving you fake empathy, because they will not be there when the times are tough, okay? And I don't mean to scream, but I get so passionate with this, you guys, because I lived it. I lived with fake, phony people that pretended to care, that manipulated other people, and pretended that they were good people, when in fact they were just doing it to put on a false image to everybody else that they're the good guy and make you out to be the bad guy, all right? So when they're not there for you, that's your red flag. Ding, ding. This person is not real. They're not authentic, or they wouldn't have ghosted, okay? That's your sign, all right? I always say, and I said it in my other podcast as well, a lot of influencers, they'll say, oh, you'll know you're dealing with a narcissist when you tell them no. That's one way you could know, but it's the level of empathy, okay? Understand this. Narcissists want to be where the fun is, all right? They want to be around people that bring them a good time, a thrill, a shot of oxytocin in their brain. They want good things. They want a rush, all right? They work on they have, no control over their impulses, some of them. That's why a lot of them, can sleep around with anybody. They don't care, because they're just looking for instant gratification. So, they don't want to be around people that, need help. They're not sympathetic to people that, are, disadvantaged or anything like that. They're cold. They don't care. They only want to be around people that bring them joy. That's it. But they don't understand in life, you're going to have your good times and your bad times. But when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, when you have those bad times, that's when that covert narcissist is going to hit the road and not deal with you. Okay? So understand this. Just because somebody appears to be nice, all right? And I'm not saying that they can't show kindness at times. They can, all right? Don't be fooled. But if it's not consistent, consistency, you guys, is your key to knowing whether somebody truly has heart for you or they don't, okay? And when you're dealing with a narcissist or a covert narcissist that has no empathy, they will not be consistent with it. They will disappear. They may not text you back when you need them. They don't care. They'll leave you on read. They don't care, all right? Because all that bullshit that they told you of how much they care, they would have never, ever left you, like that, they would have respected you and they would have valued you and treated you better. So go by how they treat you. Do they show you respect? And are they consistent with the respect? Or do they, distance themselves from you when you're going through a hard time? And, do they follow through? And that's the other thing. The last point I want to make is that you'll know about the fake empathy because a covert narcissist doesn't follow through, okay? They make promises and they don't follow through. They'll say something like, well, I'll help you this weekend if you need help with cleaning out your garage or something. And the weekend comes and guess what? Bam! That covert narcissist is not picking up their phone all weekend. And then what do? They call you up after the weekend and they give you a bullshit excuse like, oh, I dropped my phone in the pool and it got wet. Or, oh, I was laying in bed, my back went out all weekend. Meanwhile, they had their phone there, okay? So they will not follow through. So all that fake empathy that they showed you was exactly that, because people that are real will be there. They will be your ride or die. A covert narcissist will not be a ride or die. They are the worst person that you want by your side when you got to go through something tough in life. So stay away from them, you guys. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast. Have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.